They say that the brightest flames burn out the fastest. I never understood what that meant until I met David. God, he was perfect. Not just handsome, he was magnetic. I was 22, fresh out of college, working as a waitress, and he was this rising star in the tech world. He didn't care about my background. He looked at me like I was the only person in the crowded room. I remember our wedding day. It was in a small vineyard in Italy. The sun was setting, painting the sky in shades of purple and gold. He held my hands, looked deep into my eyes, and promised, "Till death do us part." I believed him. I believed him with every fiber of my being. For 7 years, we built a life. A beautiful house, vacations in Bali, Sunday brunches. It was a fairy tale. But fairy tales, they aren't real, are they? About 6 months ago, the air in our house changed. It wasn't anything big at first, just silence. He stopped asking about my day. He stopped holding my hand while watching TV. He started taking his phone into the shower. "Work is crazy," he would say, avoiding eye contact. "I'm just stressed, honey. Don't be so clingy." Clingy? I was his wife, but I made myself smaller. I tried to be the perfect, quiet wife so I wouldn't annoy him. Then came the night of the gala, his company's biggest event of the year. I bought a new blue dress, his favorite color. I walked into the ballroom looking for him, and I saw him. He was in the corner near the balcony doors, but he wasn't alone. He was talking to Jessica, my best friend, my confidant, the woman who dried my tears when my mother died. They were standing too close, much too close, and then I saw it. He reached out and tucked a strand of hair behind her ear. It was such a gentle, intimate gesture, a gesture that used to be mine. My heartbeat rising, my hands shaking. I pulled out my phone and checked his location history. We shared locations for safety. He must have forgotten to turn it off. I looked at the history for the past month. Tuesday, late at office. Location, Jessica's apartment. Thursday, gym. Location, Jessica's apartment. Saturday, golf trip. Location, a hotel in the city. I felt like I was going to throw up. The room was spinning. I drove home alone. I sat in the dark living room waiting. The clock ticked. Tick, tick, tick. It was 2 a.m. when he finally walked in. He turned on the lights and jumped when he saw me. "Jesus, Sarah, why are you sitting in the dark?" I stood up. I held up my phone. "How was the gym, David? Or should I ask, how was Jessica?" He didn't deny it. He didn't even try to lie. He just let out a cold, annoyed sigh. "Stop screaming. You look pathetic. Yes, I'm with Jessica. She understands me. She's ambitious. You're just stagnant. I've outgrown you, Sarah." Outgrown me? I gave you everything. I supported you when you had nothing. I used my inheritance to fund your startup. And that's why we're here. He handed me a folder. I emptied the accounts this morning. The joint savings? Gone. The investment portfolio? Gone. I transferred it all to an offshore account. You have nothing. No money for lawyers, no money for this house. It's over. Get out. He threw me out. My husband, my love. He threw me out into the rain with nothing but the clothes on my back. I watched from the street as the lights went out, knowing he was in there, probably calling her. I sat on the curb and cried until I had no tears left. I thought my life was over. The next 3 months were a blur of humiliation. I slept on my sister's couch. I sold my jewelry just to buy groceries. I was a 29-year-old woman who had lost everything. I stopped eating. I stopped speaking. I spent my days stalking their social media. I saw photos of them. David and Jessica, vacationing in Mykonos, buying a new Tesla, living in my dream house. They looked so happy, so unbothered. It felt like the universe was punishing me for being good, while rewarding them for being monsters. But sadness, if you let it sit too long, it ferments. It turns into something else. It turns into rage. One rainy Tuesday, I was looking through old boxes in my sister's garage, looking for my winter coat. I found an old, dusty file box labeled Startup Documents 2018. My heart stopped. I opened it. Inside were the original incorporation papers for David's tech company. I remembered that day. He had bad credit back then. He couldn't open the company in his name. So to get the bank loan, he put the company in my name. 60% of the shares were in my name. I sat there on the cold concrete floor and started laughing, a dark, crazy laugh. He was so arrogant, so focused on stealing the cash in the bank accounts, that he forgot who actually owned the company that generated the cash. He never asked me to sign over the shares. Technically, I was still the boss. I wiped my tears. I put on my best suit, the only one I had left. I called a lawyer friend who agreed to help me pro bono once he saw the papers. We waited. We waited for the perfect moment. The day of the shareholders' meeting, David was on stage presenting the quarterly earnings. Jessica was in the front row, wearing a ring that cost more than my sister's house. The room was full of investors. I pushed open the double doors. Bang! Everyone turned to look. David froze mid-sentence. "Sarah?" He stammered into the microphone. "Security! Get her out!" "Sit down, David." I projected my voice across the hall. I walked down the aisle, holding the documents high. Security works for the company, and according to these documents, I am the company. A murmur rippled through the crowd. I walked up to the stage, took the microphone from his trembling hand, and turned to the board members. "My name is Sarah, and I am the majority shareholder, and I am calling for an immediate vote of no confidence. The CEO has been embezzling company funds to finance personal assets and offshore accounts. Here is the proof." The room erupted. David tried to grab the papers, but the security guards, the ones he tried to call on me, stepped in and held him back. The police were waiting outside. I had sent them the evidence hours ago. I watched them handcuff him. I watched Jessica try to sneak out the back door, only to be stopped by reporters. I walked up to David one last time. He was crying, begging, "David, please, we can fix this. I love you." I leaned in close and whispered, "You didn't love me, David. You loved the power I gave you. And now, I'm taking it back." That was 2 years ago. I sold the company for millions. I bought a cottage by the ocean. I started a foundation for women who have to start over. Sometimes I sit on my porch and listen to the waves. I don't hate them anymore. Honestly, I thank them. If they hadn't broken me, I never would have known how strong I was to put myself back together. So, if you are listening to this and you feel like your world is ending, let it burn, because what you build from the ashes will be stronger than anything you had before. You are not a victim. You are the hero of your own story. You know, they buried me thinking I was just a body. They forgot I was a seed. David thought my silence was weakness, but silence is just the sound of a queen reloading her weapon. If you are crying right now because someone hurt you, wipe your tears. Don't let them see you break. Let them see you build. Because the best revenge isn't ruining them, it's healing yourself until they become irrelevant. If this story gave you even a little bit of strength, please like this video and subscribe. Let's build an army of survivors together. And tell me in the comments, who is the David in your life that you need to defeat?